All right, just wanted to get this started. My name's Rita Fleming. I'm really excited to meet all of you, and I'll let Brad open this up to the community, and then I'll share my story. But thank you all so much for being here.
Yes. Thank everybody. Welcome. It's just going to be a short little chat. We won't take up much of your Friday, 20, 25 minutes, and send you on your merry ways. This is a launch call for my new little side gig for a company called Purium. I've been looking for something like this for a long time and wouldn't be right if I didn't share it with everybody I knew. So where should we start, Rita?
Do you want to start with your health story, Brad, and just
Yeah.
how you came to find this, or how this has impacted you or inspired you?
Yeah. Well, I've been personal training for 16 years. Um, and over the course of that time, I've worked with many different people, different lifestyles and backgrounds. And one of the biggest problems that I've had is in the area of nutrition. And when in the past, when I've only spent a half hour to an hour with someone once to 3 times a week, it's difficult to, well, and they're also paying for like physical training. The need for the understanding of how nutrition is so crucial for any type of physical transformation that they're after, it's lacking, and it's difficult to coach in a short amount of time. And they leave the gym and go, and it's difficult to make those good decisions on their own. And so in the last 3 years, I've transitioned into more of a life coach who does movement type of role, after going through a big program that changed my life pretty dramatically. It really started when I was like 19, and I was given the book Way of the Peaceful Warrior. I promised myself I wouldn't do this. Anyways, I also had a huge passion for music and wanted to be a literal rock star, but what also deep in my being knew that health and wellness was a bigger calling, a bigger life mission for me. So I'm super passionate about helping people reach goals that they have for themselves, that they have been beating their head against the wall for years and years, which is kind of the same sense I've had time and time again with giving out nutritional advice. And it's the other huge component that I've gotten, or that had to be changed in the way that I do things, is recognizing the need for emotional wellness. You can't show up to any gym with your heart hurting and expect to have a good workout. And our societal norms and pressures, this paradigm of no pain, no gain, is pervasive through our culture, and it doesn't work. People think that they have to spend 6 hours in the gym to make changes to their body. And with our busy lifestyles, that nutritional component, it makes it more difficult to make all the changes that are necessary. And so, like I said, in the last 3 years, I've been doing life coaching with people and helping to define their why. Like, why am I doing this? If you don't have that reason, you're not reminded of that reason, then it's really frustrating to not see any results. So it's been very rewarding to work with fewer people in a much deeper capacity, and making much deeper connections and bigger transformations. And part of my training modalities are there because of my physical history. Had lots of injuries as a child, and it affected my skeletal structure. But due to lack of my own emotional well-being, I also kept doing things in a way that was not ultimately healthy, and continued to, I built a lot of strength on a crooked frame, we'll say. And until I began deep emotional work and alternative therapeutic modalities, studying quantum physics and the law of attraction, I've been able to get to a place I never thought was possible. I am more flexible and powerful and comfortable in my own skin. I've ever been. And if I had a magic wand, I would be bippity boppity booping every broken person that I came across to gift them what it feels like to embody strength and feeling good in your own body. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Are you like, oh God, it's another day, my joints hurt, I gotta do all this crap? Or do you wake up and you're like, I get another day, I'm here, yes, let's do this. It took a lot of work to get there for me, and I love, like nothing else, well, except maybe playing guitar and singing, love nothing more than being able to help people get to that place. And Purium has been a wonderful vehicle for me to gain the energy, or to maintain the energy that's required in my job and with all the other hats that I wear as a father, a husband. I help coach my son's soccer and basketball teams now. So I must take care of my physical and emotional well-being and mental health to make sure that I'm on point, so that I can truly be there for my clients and really see them and hear them. And part of the issues with the nutrition that people in our country face is there's so much advice out there, and a lot of it overlaps, a lot of it doesn't, a lot of it works, a lot of it doesn't. But Purium has been this wonderful one-stop shop that's helping me not spend thousands and thousands of dollars chasing supplements, which my wife is really excited about. Because it's hard to eat healthy in our world when every restaurant you go to, you're going to end up eating trans fats most likely. There's very few restaurants in my area that are farm to table and all organic, and so it's difficult, and I understand it, and that's why I'm excited about Purium as this vehicle to help not just me but anyone achieve their goals. And it aligns with my deeper why I'm doing this, to create more time freedom and wealth so I can spend more time with my family. It's no fun to work 50 or 60 hours a week. And when your wife also works 50, 60 hours a week and is exhausted, and we spend so much time in the kitchen, it boggles some people's minds. It's like, you do this every night, you cook all this for yourself? It's like, yeah. It's like, okay, yeah, well, nothing tastes as good as healthy feels. And when the groundwork is done and you you feel what it's like to be healthy and really good in your body, it's difficult to go back to a way of eating or living that you were abiding under before. And going back to some of the injuries I had, and I kept beating my own head and body against a wall. I always had this inner knowing that I'm supposed to be able to move this way and be flexible in this way or that. But I had to do a lot of emotional work to clear out some energy blockages from my own body and rethink how I'm moving my body and how I'm training myself. I'm not going 110% in the gym for 6-8 hours a week. It doesn't work. I've watched countless people over the years in some of the gyms that I work show up and get on a treadmill and just walk and wonder why they're getting fatter or not making any progress. But yeah, I also use music as a therapeutic tool in my coaching, and part of some fun alternative healing modalities and prayer. Like I said, I've gotten to a place I never thought was possible, and I'm continuing upward. I will be able to do a one-arm handstand at some point, and full splits is also a goal of mine, and fun things that might not be goals for other people, but it doesn't matter. I can meet you where you are. But the detox component has been another huge thing I've pursued over many years. And part of the reasoning for that was a lot of the emotional non-well-being that I was in led me to several addictions. Had a sugar addiction since childhood that led to this wonderful fungal infection that has taken years to, I'm not going to say conquer, but come into harmony with. I've gained a deeper understanding of our intestinal health and how important that is for our emotional well-being and our mental prowess. When our gut's not healthy, we don't think clearly. And if we can't think clearly, then what good are we going to be to anybody else in our world? So I'm here to be an example, a beacon of hope that we don't have to age and feel worse as we get older. When we take care of our bodies, the sky really is the limit. And if we're wanting to change the world, because it's in a crazy, crazy place right now, we've got to change ourselves first. Like Gandhi said, you have to be the change you wish to see in the world. Protesting against things and raging against things that you don't like or agree with, it doesn't work. And it's been proven in the realm of quantum physics time and time again that you can't push against something that you don't agree with. You're just perpetuating its existence in your reality. So yeah, it's been a long ride, got a long ride ahead of me still. I think I'd like to turn it over to Rita and Lindsay. I met Lindsay through a mutual friend I met back in March at another life-changing alternative therapy event that I attended in Washington. And this guy, his eyes and his face just glowed, and he told me about Purium, and It's like, yeah, man, I've tried everything. Is it really that good? He's like, man, just go look into it. I'm gonna give you my friend Lindsay's number. And I got in touch with her and looked into this stuff. And I've never recommended anything if I don't fully believe in it or have used it myself. And the results that I got within 2 weeks were, it's like, okay, I'm sold. And I'd barely scratched the surface of what all they had to offer. I'm still learning every day, and I'm just excited about where this journey is going to take me. So maybe Lindsay, you go ahead and say a couple things about yourself and your story with
Yeah.
Pure.
Thanks for the intro, Brad. And I am forever. I even sent a message to Corey yesterday. I was just so grateful to be connected. I hope else.
Oh no.
Try going
That
off
he connected.
video, honey, and we'll hear you better.
Oh, we love the internet,
Let me
don't
come
we?
over here.
Yeah,
Is that better?
Yes.
that's better.
I'll stay off video, even though it is a beautiful place where I am right now. I'm up in Wisconsin on this beautiful lake, and anyhow, I was just saying, I'm forever so grateful to Corey for connecting us. And I even sent him a message yesterday, Brad, just thanking him for putting us in touch. And it is just so amazing how, with stepping into this journey with Purium in this community, how staying curious about what's on the other side rather than creating an expectation for where personally for where I've been going has opened so many doors. I'm recently consistently, my mind is blown. I don't want to go too much off on a tangent. But I began my journey with Purium about 3 years ago. I had, I'm an athlete. I live at altitude. And I've been, I was a climber for a long time, and now I'm a mountain biker, and I was kind of new to mountain biking, and I was riding with a friend, and he was behind me on every hill. And being new to a sport, I was like, what's going on? What's different? And he's like huffing and puffing, gets to the top of the hill. And I'm just like, where you been, Scott? Been waiting for you, buddy. And every climb, it was the same story. I was even passing like professional athletes wearing tights, and I realized in that moment, the only thing I had done different was added the superfoods to my diet. And I already eat really well. I think I oftentimes would consider myself to be on the higher end of the consciousness with eating, organic, and always, I'm a big gardener. So my standard of food has been really high. But as Brad was touching on, the one thing that really was different was I wasn't addressing the toxins that have been building up for, my whole life on this planet. The biggest piece is a toxin that is sprayed on all food. Organic food, it doesn't get the spray. Glyphosate is what it's called. It's the common name is Roundup, but everything else that gets it comes into the water, and then it's water soluble. So once it's in the water, it gets to everything. And there's so much of it used that it's on all of our food, even the organic food. So there's not been any, out of all the testing that's been done, there's not been anyone that's tested free of glyphosate. So eliminating that out of my digestive tract allowed me to start really absorbing nutrients. And when I started absorbing nutrients, it was like, again, like what Brad was saying, is that my mind I started remembering things. I just thought I had a bad memory, from bad choices I made at a young age, but it was toxin buildup. And I could go on and on and on about the nutrition side, but I'm the same way as you, Brad, that I didn't want to start recommending anything until I really felt it in my cells. And now I feel like it's a disservice to humanity not talking about this on every level. I mean, to the point that the company has created their own packaging made from plant-based and non-GMO sources. So it's not only home compostable, but there's no pesticides and toxins sprayed on the plants that are being grown to make the packaging. That's just one little insight to the intention behind all of this. And I truly believe that our collaborative community and what we're doing is making a very positive impact. And I'm able to, take time off and be at this beautiful lake and tap in and connect with folks like all of you. And yeah, I'm just so grateful for it. And I get to work with amazing people. And, I don't know, Brad, how our paths would ever cross otherwise. So I'm just so grateful to be a part of this and learn from Brad, with Brad and Rita. And yeah, thank you. Thanks for giving me a chance.
Thank you.
I love it. Oh, thank you, Lindsay. And thank you, Brad. It's been amazing learning more about you and hearing your story and the depth of your studies. And, I think it really takes sometimes going through things in our own healing journey to show up and be able to help other people in their healing journey. And so I just watch you walk your talk and live it and embody it, and the level of compassion and empathy that you have for others, holding space for them to rise up to their own greater potential, just really inspires me. So I want to thank you for that. And it's just been amazing getting to know you and watch you and see your passion. And my name's Rita Fleming, by the way. I didn't introduce myself, but I actually got into Purium a few years ago as well. And my background is in regenerative health. And the reason I got into regenerative health is because when I was 19, I was actually in a near-death car accident, and I broke 16 bones and I broke my spine off, and I was told I'd never get back to normal activities again. And so I dedicated the next 10 years to studying every modality of healing I could find to get my athleticism back and to get out of pain. And it actually took me 10 years to find regenerative health. And through that, I was able to 100% get out of chronic pain. So as Brad is saying, sometimes we're, accept aging as we get older, or accept different injuries that we've had. And yet so much of our passion and mission is to help educate and share that there are solutions, and we don't have to live with so much suffering, whether it's physically or emotionally. There are amazing solutions. And when I found Purium, we have just an amazing 30-day transformation program. And as Lindsay was sharing, it helps with the gut health. It's the only clinically proven solution to remove glyphosate from our body, which, as Lindsay was sharing, is a really big deal, because glyphosate not only is found in our umbilical cords and babies, it's found in all of us. And what it does is it creates leaky gut. So within 20 minutes of exposure, we start to get leaky gut symptoms, which means that our toxins start to leak into our immune system and our lymphatic system. And that can show up as autoimmune. It can also show up as autism. Back in the 70s, 1 in 5,000 children were diagnosed with autism. And today it's 1 in 24 children. And that's a direct correlation to glyphosate exposure in our food. And so what we're working with is just this amazing and beautiful program. And what I really started with was our 30-day transformation. And I was so inspired because like Brad, I'd been helping people for years in their health journey, and had transformed my own body. But I realized that there was a missing link. And that missing link actually comes back to our soil health. And I found that people and myself were so depleted. And 99% of our soils are nutrient deficient because of our modern chemical agriculture. It actually depletes the soils, and the glyphosate depletes our soils. and it stops our absorption of our amino acids. And so what we're doing is we're actually regenerating the soil. And Dave and Amy are the founders and owners of Purium, and they're the visionaries behind it. And they're actually the reason that we have organic food today, or access to organic food. So they've been really pioneering in this world for years, setting us up for access to healthy food and nutrient dense food. And these superfoods are actually grown in 96 feet deep of rich topsoil in an ancient lake bed. And so it's really fueling and replenishing the body in a way that I've never felt or experienced, even growing up with organic foods and growing my own foods and shopping with farmers markets and such. So even having access to really quality food, I felt incredibly depleted before adding these superfoods in. And within 90 days of adding in just the superfoods on a daily basis, it brought me back to an athleticism and fitness that I haven't felt in 15 years. Like, it brought me home to myself. And that's because of the nutrient density, the hormone balance, the gut repair, the deeper sleep that it really provides. And so that's what we're working with, is this beautiful holistic program that's so much deeper. It's really a grassroots movement of how can we transform our food systems and provide these nutrients to our community. And, so that's one of our pillars, is this pillar of health. And another pillar is community and deeper purpose. And also, as Brad was speaking to, helping people live their deeper passion and their deeper why. And through that, our other pillar is financial well-being. And we all know that if we don't have that financial well-being, that's the number one cause of stress in our lives. And that also really impacts our health. And so through this platform and through this community, we're able to share these incredible resources and solutions while also getting compensated. And so this is something that I looked for years. I actually hosted regenerative health retreats all over the world. I had a successful clinical practice, but I was only able to help 5 people a day, whereas this platform allows us to help so many more people. And so it's given me not only my health back, which I tried, every solution over the last 15 years. And this is the thing that brought me home to myself, but it's also given me time freedom. I'm actually at my sister's house visiting her in Colorado, getting to travel and be with family. And it gives me that time with my nephews and my family. So that location freedom and that time freedom and that financial freedom, while making the larger impact that I feel like I'm here to do in the world. So, and then getting to link arms with such amazing people, and uplift each other and uplift each other's voices and each other's gifts so that we can really be of service. So it's been nothing short of an honor just learning, your story, Brad and Lindsay, and coming together in this way. And we just wanted to open this up to, all of you, all of Brad's family and community, to share what we're up to in case you personally want to, deepen your own health and your own freedom, or if you know of somebody that this could really help or benefit, you can refer them to Brad. And also, if you know of anybody that would want to link arms in this mission so that we can get it out to more people, we'd love to support you in our community as well. And we have incredible resources and training and professional and personal development that all comes with it. So yeah, those are a few of the ways that we're working. And the other pillar I didn't touch on is environmental health. And Lindsay was pointing to that, from our home compostable packaging that's made from hemp and bamboo, to the regeneration of our soils, which actually has a way larger impact, including pulling CO2 emissions out of the atmosphere and holding it in the soil. So it's just this beautiful company and mission and group of people, and we're here to divest from the large corporations and invest into the individual and really uplift the individual. So that's a little bit about us, and I'll pass it back to you, Brad, for closing words, and also open it up to everybody for questions. And we're here to answer. And if you know of anybody that this could help, we'd love to help you get started. And we do free health consultations too, to set you up for your best success on your personal journey of what your goals are. And I'll pass it to you, Brad.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, I don't want to say much more. I just want to appreciate everybody taking time out of their busy Fridays to join us here. And yeah, anybody have any questions? Unmute and speak up. If not now, reach up later. Might not want to ask it in front of everybody. Totally understandable. But, if nobody has any questions right now, feel free to reach out to me and I'll get you more information ASAP. Otherwise, thank you again for being here. I know you don't have to. I really appreciate seeing some of your faces that I haven't seen in a minute. So thanks again and happy Friday.
Thanks,
Namaste.
Brad.
Thanks, Ted.
Thank you.
Thanks, Laura.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah. Hey, Sam. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Well, y'all have a blessed Friday and we'll see you again soon.
All right. Excited to hear about your journey.
Yeah. Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome. All right. Bye-bye.